Hello, my Twin Flame Collective. How are you guys doing? We're taking a look at what is happening for you in the area of your connection and your Twin Flame awakening currently. Anything that Spirit wants to share, I'm gonna look at the background of your Twin Flame connection. I'm gonna look at what's happening in the current energies, how they are meant to guide and serve you in your awakening, because a Twin Flame journey is about a spiritual awakening. And then any advice that Spirit wants to bring through for you. That's what we're taking a look at. And I'm specifically looking at the fire signs. So if you're a fire sign, you or your person are a fire sign, and you're in a Twin Flame connection, then this could be your reading. Okay, so let's take a look at the background here for my Twin Flames. My Twin Flames who are a fire sign or has a counterpart that is a fire sign. This could be your reading. We're taking a look at what's happening in your connection. We're taking a look at where you find yourself on your Twin Flame journey and everything that's happening with your divine masculine or your counterpart. What is it meant to guide you towards? That's what we're taking a look at. Okay. What is it meant to guide you towards? How is it meant to serve you? Okay. Right. To my Twin Flame Collective, you've entered a sacred space. I start all of my readings with a remote healing in the area of love and relationship for my subscribers. If you are not yet a subscriber and you like my energy and you'd like to tune into that during this reading or with upcoming readings, you're welcome to do so. I always ask that you guys trust your own intuition, your own guidance system. Call upon your guides and keepers and ask them to guide you through this reading, to help you to know and to recognize which parts of it is for you. It is for a collective. So everything may not fit, it may not all resonate. But if it resonates, you claim it without a doubt, it is for you. If it doesn't resonate, don't give it a second thought. It is for someone else. And if it triggers, that is where your work begins. Okay? Right. We're in fire season. It is a time to take action. There is a lot of quick energy coming about, and so it is to be expected that a lot of things have been coming up. A lot of action. You wanting to take action, not being sure if you should, if it's the right thing for you. Perhaps taking action and not having the responses that you want. Right. Let's take a look. The background for my fire Twin Flame Collective. My Twin Flame Collectives who have fire in their sign. What is the background here between them and their divine counterpart? Sure. Okay. Very quick, fast, deep romantic connection. This is not a situation where perhaps you were aware of feelings and your person was not yet aware. This is two people that had an instant connection and was aware and willing to express their love towards one another, deep emotions. The start of your connection, the background and the history of your connection is one of deep emotional vulnerability, connection, awareness, sharing of love, expressing of love through actions, through words, deeds, and thoughts. Okay. So obviously, with the Twin Flame connection, this is a key. This is key to you discovering and awakening to a different force, to the one that we've always thought love is. It's different. There is a powerful awareness and awakening to love and all the different aspects of love and the different ways in which we show up, calling it love, thinking that it is love. It is also key to a lot of past memories, past connections, past lives, lessons that have been learnt in the past, based on love through your Akashic records. This is a powerful awakening, realization that there are things that have existed long before we came into this time-space reality, into this life. A keen awareness of past lives and conversations between you about past lives. Okay, so very, very powerful connection that came to a sudden end. There is definitely a sudden grieving that takes place, going from this high with your person to a sudden ending of this relationship in relation to someone that you consider to be to have a very seductive effect on your person, someone that has a karmic energy, someone that this connection came to an abrupt end, to a closing out, to what you experience to be a death of something very, very important to you, because of someone that has some kind of karmic hold on this person, or did something that you didn't like, that made you realize that you need to let this go, or something happened here, and this person was the reason for this relationship breakdown. Perhaps this person still being a part of your person's life, and you just deciding that you don't want to be a part of this story for whatever reason, because I don't see this other person focusing on your divine masculine or your twin flame counterpart. I see them looking out at the world, possibly being in relationships, multiple relationships with other people. So why is it that they were the cause of your connection, of your relationship breaking down? Because there is something about this person being in your twin flame's life, in whatever capacity. I'm not saying it was necessarily sexual or romantic, whatever the capacity is that you just didn't want to be a part of. Okay. So, what is at the heart of this is that there were issues at home, a sense of stability, a sense of your person being blocked because of home, things going on at home for them. Now it could be in relation to this other person and them wanting to set things straight at home. Also the connection to a sense of stability in relation to whatever they consider to be home. Okay. Fear. Suddenly having this pressure pushing up here, this burpy sensation, and Spirit is saying to me it's got to do with fear, a deep sense of fear and a nervousness. There were things about home and commitments at home that your person was afraid that if you caught wind of that, you would be gone anyway. Your twin flame manifested this breakup, and it's the last thing that they wanted. But based on what Spirit is saying to me, that your twin flame, your divine counterpart, believed that the mess that they created, that is their life, that if you were to discover the magnitude of it, you'd be gone. They believe that would only be a matter of time and you'd be gone anyway. This breakup was not really about this other person. You might feel as though your divine masculine was still interested in this other person. It wasn't really about this other person. It was about them manifesting their greatest fear. And the actions that they took in relation to this other person, whatever the situation was, is what led to this breakup. But they manifested this because it was the last thing they wanted. This was your divine counterpart's worst fear, and it came true. Messages from three birds, three little birdies over here. So whilst your person is wanting to come into balance, because that's what our twin flame awakening ignites and activates, there was healing in the bloodline that your person was in the process of balancing chakras, coming into balance on in terms of who they are, their purpose, the life they're meant to live, making those changes. But there were three people here, three birdies, three messengers, people considered to be friends, singing tunes in your person's ear. That led up to the fallout here. Bringing messages to your person about you, and vice versa. This was obviously all part of your awakening, and it needed to happen. It was for the best. It needed to come out into the light. But there were definitely people, three people. Two were very close, and the one is a little bit stands apart. That was singing tunes, melodies in your ear and in your person's ear, and they didn't have your best interest at heart. They had their own. Okay. So even though all the evidence and these people were telling you that it was because your person wanted to be with this karmic or this other person, it was not true. It was not true at all. These people were telling your person lies and telling you lies. It wasn't about this other person. Your divine counterpart wanted nothing more than to have harmony with you. But there is a story here. Your counterpart thought this twin flame of yours got stories and an impression about you that was untrue. Spirit says it needed to happen because your separation needed to take place so that you can embrace, let in the next phase of your twin flame awakening, which is about you and the part of your a part of you that is symbolized by your twin flame. Your twin flame is symbolic of a part of you, of your divine masculine within. And the separation needed to take place so that you could be with yourself, so that you can start the next phase of your awakening. And this was not going to happen. The two of you were not going to let this happen. So it needed to happen in this way, where both of you were misled by these people that you trusted. But Spirit is saying, don't resent, because it was for your own good. Okay, let's take a look at current energy. Wow, this is quite a revelation. So basically, what you think happened here It's not what really happened, and what your person think happened here is not what really happened. Okay. What is the current energy for my my collective's twin flame, my collective's divine counterpart? What is the current energy here? Okay. Okay, so your person, for those of you who are still in separation, and I do feel like that is probably the case for most of you fire signs, your person is working on balance, on finding balance and maintaining balance and achieving balance in every area of their life. Your person is also focused on giving, because they feel like that's the best use of their time, their resources, and their energy is to invest, to give, and to sow seeds. Your divine counterpart has experienced a lot of surprises, shocks, and a lot of relationships and situations and ideas of relationships falling apart, coming apart, where the ego dynamic is completely destroyed, and spirit has shown them the truth about their friendships, the truth about certain scenarios, the truth about certain relationships. It's not been easy. It has been very, very painful, but it is good. You know, when these ego constructs are destroyed, it's very painful, because the ego experiences everything through extreme attachment. And when those attachments are destroyed or severed, it experiences extreme pain. But your person has come into a place of deeper personal stability, and stability financially as well. They're in a better place financially than they were before, and I think this is why they feel that they can give. There is some sort of balance that has been struck between their give and their take and their relationship with money. They're in a better place financially. How is it that this person feels about my twin flame collective at this time? What are their feelings? What is this divine counterpart's feelings towards my fire sign twin flames? This person of yours still feels this eternal connection and cord. Your person still feels the connection, the telepathic connection, the spiritual connection, still sees past life connection, still sees relationships and lives that you've shared together, still feels your connection, that it is eternal and it's always going to be a part of them. And at the same time, your person feels as though there's a deep sense of embracing their spiritual journey. I do feel as though your person feels that all they can do is look forward. This is what I'm seeing, is that they've got to surrender to source, to spirit, and move forward and embrace their spiritual journey in the best way they can, whilst they've had to let go of and leave behind the hopes and the aspirations and the dreams that they've had with you. Not willingly. They've done it because they felt like it's what they have to do and they don't have a choice. But your person has not been able to shake your person's not done this happily. There is still a connection to the space and the airtime that you take up in their mind, in their heart, and in their soul. More on a soul and a mental level. I don't feel like your twin flame is very open in the heart chakra at the moment. But I do get the feeling of someone that had to move forward and leave something behind, a world, a aspirations, desires behind, because they felt like they have no choice but to move forward. This is an uncomfortable feeling that I pick up. It is one of it's like you're moving forward because you don't trust yourself. You have to trust source. You're just going with the flow, but your heart is really there in the past where you've left it. That's what would have made you happy, and it's as if you're okay with just being okay, because your true happiness was over there and you've had to let it go. You were forced to move on. Your person does think about a new beginning in this connection, and the deep sense of love and being loved, of being understood by someone else in a way that your person never has before. The connection with you is one of a kind. We know this. That is the twin flame connection. And no matter how many obstacles and challenges we find on this journey, it doesn't change the power of the connection. Your person does, think about a new beginning, taking action towards a new beginning. And making a solid commitment to have this happily ever after with you. Your person still thinks about. So here it is. Your person's moving forward because what else can I do but move forward? It's what's happened has happened. And remember, they've got their own scenario or own idea about what happened here. They're moving forward. But what is still active here and on a soul level is the life force and the energy of this connection, and what it was like to have this with you, and what it was like to be with you and to experience this. They still think about this new beginning that just they were not able to put into place with their actions. They didn't have the time to make it happen in a tangible way. And the clarity, the sense of clarity and self-awareness, and just seeing the world through the perspective, through such a clear lens. When you came into this person's life, it was as if everything brightened, the world became clear. All the beauty in the world around them became clearer and more visible. Their purpose became clear. A sense of why, a sense of who they are just became so evident. And they think about what it would have been like if they'd made this solid investment with you. Because your person had a clear vision of you being a power couple, of anything and everything being possible because the two of you are together in one another's lives. So mentally, that's where they are. But the body, they're moving forward. They're moving away from that. Every day they're moving further and further away from that. And there's a lot of resistance. It's there is this pulling inside, lots and lots of resistance. So I just want to draw some more cards and see where this is going to, where this is taking your person. Where is this taking your person? Let's see. This moving forward and wanting to surrender to spirit and to source, but feeling as though they're moving away from a desire, from a dream, something that must just have been a dream. Moving forward and letting go also means to your person letting go of their dreams and their aspirations. Where is this taking them? Every step that they take in this new direction, two things are happening here. This contributes to the heartache in relation to you. Your person is still grieving this, and that's why I feel the heart chakra is blocked. Your person doesn't even know it. They're in denial about it. But the heart chakra, you know, when emotions and feelings are so overwhelming that eventually you just go numb. I see your person talking to these people and friends who your person trusted, and them seeing how your person, male or female, is struggling with this breakup and the breakdown of your relationship, and they know what they've done, and they have a sense of satisfaction. What kind of people do that? It's when we're in our ego. These people didn't care about you, or that they didn't care about your person. They only cared about what they were getting from your person. And the other thing that happens is that the further away your person drifts from you, the deeper the love with self, and obviously you, because you are symbolic of your person's divine feminine, your person's inner feminine. Those of you who are here, you are most likely the divine feminine in your connection, because the divine masculine is not a conscious seeker of understanding and knowledge pertaining to the twin flame. It is the divine feminine that does that. So two things happen. A deeper awakening to agape love, to unconditional love, to self-love, and to love for you, and also more and more denial around the pain associated with you. And I feel like this is going to come up at some point in a very, very extreme way, like a dam wall exploding, and it's going to be very intense for your person. Okay, let's look at what is happening with them, because I do see your person as being single at the moment. I don't see them as being in a relationship with someone else. This is someone that is focused on their work, on themselves, and I don't see them being in a relationship. Why is this? Because your person is working on manifesting what it is that they want, and has come to realize that there are people around in their environment that has a tendency to manipulate. Your person is not interested in being manipulated or in manipulating anyone. Your person wants to manifest authentically what is theirs. And is focused on responsibility. Focused on their responsibility and on self, not on making relationships or things fit that don't fit you. I feel as though your person's avoiding relationships, any romantic relationships, and I don't think that they are directly associating it with you, but on some level it is, because this person of yours wants to find someone with whom they can recreate what they had with you. Not going to happen. It's going to be different. It has to be different. If the two of you decide to let in a different connection, it's going to be different. You've got to be open to something different. But I feel as though your person is still holding on to what they experienced with you. Advice. All right, guys, let's look at advice for you. Okay, how is this where you find yourself currently in your twin flame connection, in your awakening, on this journey of deep spiritual awakening? How is this where you find yourself currently meant to serve you in that awakening? It is, right now, it is about guiding you towards your safe place, your sense of security. For you to connect with the security that is evident and a part of who you are within you, through your relationship with Source and your guides and keepers and your tribe, that is not based on a relationship. You know, when you're secure, let's think of being on an island. When you're secure on an island, you got all the food you need, everything you need is right there. You are able to connect to all the value that you have around you, and you are able to enjoy those things every day. You don't ponder on what other islands might be out there and what resources they might have that you don't have and what you may be missing out. You don't do that. So Spirit is saying you need to stop looking at your life and your reality and yourself and seeing that this person is missing. You need to start tuning into the security, the safety of where you are and who you are and what you do have. Okay? And the rest, everything else that comes into your experience will match that. This is a new beginning for you. A new stable beginning. And what Spirit wants you to know is that we often think that we have to find the person so that we can build the foundations for our happily ever after. So we have to have that other person so that we can have the 10 of cups, so that we can have the 10 of coins, the happy family. We won't be complete if we don't have that person. And what Spirit wants you to know is this time is about you realizing that you are your 10 of cups and your 10 of coins. That you are your foundation for that happily ever after. And that when you become that for yourself, then that person comes in to match that. Okay? They are not the foundation. They are simply one of the building blocks that will automatically come into place once the foundation is built. But you have to come to realize that someone else is not going to complete you. You are complete and you are whole. You are the fullness. Because that your person is simply going to be symbolic, a physical projection of that safety, that stability, that sense of wholeness, that sense of I am enough, that exists within you. But whilst it's not active within you, whilst you still feel something's missing, your person must be missing, because that's what you are holding active vibrationally. It's a new beginning. You've learned much. You've gathered a lot of information. It's time for you to start implementing what you've learned and to stop making excuses and saying, but it's hard. Yes, I know I need to do that, but it's hard. You find yourself constantly doing what you've always done and going into default in relationship with self, and in the way you treat yourself, and in the way you perceive what's happening around you. And your perception, your perspective of what's happening around you is creating your next moment and your tomorrow and your next week. It's time for you to start implementing what you've learned, bringing your wisdom into your experience by actively getting out ahead of it and starting to focus your energy in particular ways and deliberately focus on the positive aspects of your experience and on what is true in your life. You are enough. And if you want to, you'll find evidence of that every day in every place of your life. Or if you want to, you'll find evidence of it not being so. It is entirely up to you. But there is a sense of information paralysis. I've got all this knowledge and it goes round and round in my head and it all makes sense, but when I find myself in a scenario in that moment, for some reason I can't seem to implement it. Okay. Start journaling. If you're not meditating yet, make sure you meditate every day, 15 minutes a day. Start connecting to source before you do anything else. Before you go onto social media to see what your person's up to or what anybody else is up to, center yourself, connect to source, connect to that which is real, because everything around us is simply an illusion. It is a projection of what is of a story or narrative that we're holding active within. Read that book, those books that you bought, that knew you want to read, the knowledge that you're wanting to implement that's been sitting on your shelf. Focus your energy inward. Stop making what somebody else does your reason for either being happy or unhappy. Make yourself the most important person in your life. I woke up today. I'm drawing breath. I'm healthy. Oh, that's good. I'm so happy because I mean so much to me. You know, what is it? How do you show up for yourself? How is the universe showing up to meet you? So many beautiful things. So many big things are happening for us every day. And we focus on the detail of the things that are unwanted. When you start to implement the knowledge and the wisdom in the way that you act, in the way that you think, in the way that you process what's happening to you, and in the way that you show up, you are sure to let in a romantic offering. You see the Knight of Cups coming in to offer you their love, coming in to offer you that cup of love. Now, you're sure to let that in. And when you let that in, to be a vibrational match to it being one, an offering of stability, an offering that in which you feel safe and secure. Okay? You are looking at this coming into your experience within the next month. So this is a timeless reading. When you receive this reading, you are looking at the time frame of this coming in from your person, very possibly within the next month. If not your person, you'll manifest a soulmate. It's different for all of us. Okay, we have different contracts. And if you want to take a look at that, based on your energy, your and your person's energy, and what is in your vibration, you can contact me for a personal reading and we can take a look at that. But this is definitely, love is definitely an offering of love that has the vibration of stability and safety, in which you would feel safe and secure will come into your experience, but you have to become that first. You know how you speak to people and they say, I wasn't even looking, I wasn't even thinking about someone. I was fine at the point in my life where it didn't matter to me that I didn't have someone, because my life just felt so full. I wasn't thinking about another person. I wasn't sort of missing anyone. I wasn't feeling like, why did that happen? I was happy. And then this person came into my life. Because you've got to be what you want to attract. Okay. So that's your message, guys. I hope you enjoyed that reading. Very, very informative. Very interesting. My fire signs, you are on a beautiful, powerful journey. The twin flame journey is one for a select few. Your calling is great. Your journey and your awakening comes with great challenges, because you are able and willing to endure them, but most importantly, to allow that contrast to create and open up space for your expansion, for letting in those things that at one point in your life you might have thought were impossible. You are loved and you are being guided. No matter how dark things may seem at times, you can do this. As I said, if you're interested in a personal reading or you'd like to get some twin flame coaching from me, you're welcome to contact me. Email is in the description box below. Take care of yourself. Be good to you. Love and light. And I will see you guys next time. Bye now.